What's going on, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Seasons Change. My name is Desiree. If you are new here, and in today's video, we are going to go over my budget breakdown for November 2025. Let's go. So I get two pays in November, November 14th and November 28th. And with my paycheck of November 14th, we will be focusing on these bills right here. AT&T is due on the 25th. I currently have a credit of $50, but I will be making a payment of $95 on this date of November 14th. Consumers Energy is my home heating company. It is due on the 27th, but I currently have a credit of $153.75, but I will be making a payment of $150. Now, the reason I'm going to be making that lump sum payment is because I normally pay $75 every 2 weeks. However, since June, I have not made a payment on my gas bill because I have been allowing myself to eat up that $540 credit that I accrued back in June. So the 153 is what's left of that $540 credit. And I recently had turned my heat on. It's been about a week now. So I know some of this is going to be eaten up by the fact that I turned my heat on, but I am going to start rebuilding this credit back up because by this time next year, I want to have like a $600 credit. So when I turn my heat on, I won't have a bill to pay for a couple of months, 3 to 4 months. We're going to see. We're going to see. I did a trial run this summer with that and it worked. Granted, it was the summer, but we're going to see if it works out for me for the winter. Next bill is Discover, the only credit card that I'll be paying with this paycheck. It is due December 1st. We're not going to worry about the balance. We're not going to worry about the amount that the minimum payment, because I don't know what that's going to be, but I do know I will be making a payment of $250, which is more than what the minimum payment will be, especially because I paid $434 so far already. So we will see how much the minimum balance payment will be. But again, I know this will be more than what that is. DTE is my electric company, or to some of you, power. It is due December 6th because I've already paid what was due for November 6th. I currently have a credit of $204.55, and I will be making a payment of $90, which will keep me in a credit. However, I am in their budget-wise billing plan program, just like I am with Consumers Energy. And with DTE, December is my settlement month. So what they will do is look at my account and go all across it for the year and determine if they will send me a bill and say, hey, you need to make this payment, or they'll send me a bill and say, hey, you got a credit. And at that time, I could go ahead on and pay the bill in full and stay on the budget-wise billing program, or choose not to pay the bill in full and remove myself from the budget-wise billing program. But I'm going to stay on it. I've been on both programs for the last 2 years, and it has worked wonders for me. The next one is Mohila, my good old student loan servicer. My actual payment is due on the 25th of November. However, this is a extra payment. The amount due is $11.61. I will be paying $20. Now, is this low as far as my amount due because I was on the SAVE program? And after that man took office, I was moved to an income-based repayment plan. I was trying to stay on SAVE, but I'm so glad they moved me because it has allowed me to get to where I am right now with two of my student loans being forgiven, and this one here on the verge of being forgiven. So we're gonna keep paying on our student loans. I ain't listen to these people that's talking about stop paying on your student loans until they do this, that, and the third. No, 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 not doing it. Anyway, Vashti is my car. Her payment is due on the 15th, and it is $479.02. There's nothing I can do about that at all. My interest is included in the overall price of my car, so I do not accrue any interest when I make my payments. That's where it comes out of. Now, I did figure out the sweet spot, and the sweet spot for me is the 7th of every single month. 90% of my payment goes to my principal, and the 10% goes to interest. We will see if this sweet spot extends to the 14th. We will see. If it don't, I may have to make some changes to my December budget. You understand what I'm saying? The next one is Vashi's car insurance. Her insurance is due on the 25th, and my monthly insurance bill is $158.88. And I typically split this up in between my paychecks of $82. Then we have water. My water bill is due on the 21st of every single month. However, as you can see, I have a credit of $180.96. But by the time you see this video, that credit will have increased, and this will be the last time you will see that line item listed on my budget sheets for the rest of the year. That is because I'll be moving in the middle of January, and I will be drinking, showering, doing laundry, washing my hair, and eating off of this credit for the rest of the time that I'm in this house. I do know that because I will definitely make another payment before you see this video, I will have money coming back to me in a refund once I am moved out of this house. Listen, y'all, I don't want to have nothing to do with this house once I'm gone. Once I hand those keys over, then people can have this house. They can do what they want to do. I don't want the mortgage company coming after me. I don't want the water service coming after me. Y'all got it. I've done what I'm supposed to do. Just run me my refund when necessary. Okay. And don't wait. Gas and groceries. So one of the things that I have learned in this budgeting community before is that it is better to grocery shop every week instead of doing it every 2 weeks. It becomes wasteful, especially if you live alone. If you are single, it does become wasteful. I was still in that mental thought process that when I got paid, I had to purchase everything I need to get me through the next pay period. No. Ever since I started on my physical health and doing body recomposition and meal planning, I have learned that it is best for me to grocery shop weekly. That way, I'm guaranteed to use up everything that I get and nothing is going to waste. Okay. So that's what we're doing new for me. Now, November 28th, these are the bills that I have to pay. My Apple subscription is due on the 6th of every month. That's $2.99. My city credit card is also due on the 6th. I will be making a payment of $215. Again, these numbers are definitive. They are solid. They're not changing. My credit union credit card is due on the 1st. I will be making a $105 payment. Could be a little bit more, but definitively $105. Mohila, even though Mohila is due on the, why do I have the 25th? That's supposed to say 11. My bad. Even though it is due on the 25th of November and I get paid on the 28th of November, I already have this money sitting in my savings account. So this here is actually going to be paid on a different date, and I will be putting those dates when I get paid on here. The other half of my car insurance, that will be coming out on the 28th. However, I also already have this money sitting in my savings account. So this one here is for my December car insurance. Then we have gas and groceries down here again. And then, of course, my budgeted income. Now, because I will be getting a raise, I was supposed I got the raise 2 weeks ago, but okay. Hopefully, I get my raise prior to my first pay in November, and that way I can adjust my budgeted income. If not, then my budgeted income will be what I've always used, which was $1,500, which is roughly 75 to 80% of my paycheck. Now, I know you all saw this right here because I know some of you are like, wait, you don't have your mortgage on there, you don't have nothing. That is because, again, I'm selling my home and I will be moving from this house to an apartment in the middle of January. With that being said, my mortgage for December 2025 was paid out of my October 31st paycheck. However, it's not officially coming out until November 21st. So that money is sitting in my account just waiting for the mortgage company to take it out. And then my mortgage payment for January will be coming out of my paycheck of December 26th. Now, I'm doing that to ensure that there is no issue with the mortgage being paid for January between me, the seller of this home, and the buyer of the home. I want to make sure there's no issue. I will take responsibility for paying that mortgage. I know some of you may say to hell with that, but that's you. You got a right to do what you want to do. But to cover myself, that's what I'm going to do. Yes, when I make that payment and the house is sold, you're not sold, but you know what I mean. We go through the closing. I know that mortgage payment will eventually come back to me within 30, 45 days. I'm okay. Okay. So that's why you do not see anything dealing with Esther on this particular monthly budget overview, because basically Esther is taken care of as far as I'm concerned, at least for right now, up through November. Now December she will be taken care of as I'm sorry, January she's taken care of. Okay, she's taken care of. Anyway, that is it, you guys. That is it. That is my November 2025 budget overview. I can't wait to see what some of you are doing. I'm in the process of trying to figure out um, how to switch, how to switch my bills around to meet my new um, rent amount, so to speak. I will be paying more for my rent than I pay for my mortgage, and I'm okay with that. The thing is, when you calculate in the amount of money that I spend for lawn service, the amount of money that I spend for snow service, the amount of money I have spent in fixing this, that, and the third, it all kind of balances itself out. Okay. So, with that, you guys, I will see you all in another video. You take care. Bye.